Welcome, and thank you for your interest in sharedcontacts.com. We are glad to welcome you to our growing community of users. Shared Contacts is a powerful tool designed to improve your work within Google Workspace. It helps teams move beyond the limitations of traditional contact management and benefit from a more collaborative, fast, and effective way of working. With shared contacts, you can easily share your own contacts with colleagues or build a centralized contact database customized for your organization or custom contact lists for specific departments or team members. In this video, we'll learn how to create a contact label, add context to it, and share it with users or domain groups. You'll also find out everything about other features and helpful tips to get the most out of the application. Let's get started. First, we'll learn how to install shared contacts and sign in. That's your first step. Then we'll take a brief tour of the dashboard so you can get familiar with the layout and main controls. After that, we'll move on to label management, where you'll find how to organize your contacts into groups that make sense for your workflow. Next up is contact sharing, the heart of sharedcontacts.com. You will see how to share contacts with your teammates and assign different permission levels. We'll also explore directory sharing, which lets you bring in and work with your company's Google Workspace directory contacts right inside the app. Then we'll talk about licenses, how to assign, remove them, and ensure everyone who needs access gets it. Next, we'll review subscription management, where you'll see how to handle your billing, renewals, and license adjustments. And finally, we'll wrap up with the support options so you know exactly where to find help, tutorials, and live assistance whenever you need it. So by the end of this webinar, you'll have a complete understanding of how to use sharedcontacts.com from setup to everyday teamwork. To begin, you first need to sign in. Go to sharedcontacts.com and click the Sign in with Google button. Once you do this, the application will be considered installed and ready to use. Remember that in this case, the app is installed only for your own account. If you are a Google Workspace administrator and plan to roll out shared contacts for your team or entire company, we strongly recommend installing it domain-wide right away. You can do it directly from the Shared Contacts interface by clicking on the domain-wide install button. But if you prefer installing software from Google Workspace Marketplace, open our website at sharedcontacts.com, scroll to the very bottom of the page and click on the Marketplace icon. It will take you to the apps listing page, where you'll need to click Admin Install. Such installation reduces setup steps for individual users and allows your teams to start collaborating faster and much more efficiently. Once installed, there are a couple of ways to log in to shared contacts. The easiest one is to sign in with your Google account. To do that, go to sharedcontacts.com and click Sign in with Google. Another way to access the app is through the Google Apps menu in your Chrome browser. Click the apps icon, scroll down until you find Shared Contacts, and click on it. One of the great things about Shared Contacts is that there is nothing to install on your computer. The app runs entirely in your browser, but you also have the option to open it directly from your computer's app menu, just like any other desktop application. To do that, click the Open in App button in your browser's address bar, and a shortcut icon will be added to your system. From that point, you don't even need to open your browser first. Just click on the icon and you are straight into your contacts sharing dashboard. And finally, if you prefer to work from your mobile device, sharedcontacts.com makes that easy too. All you need to do is log in to your account through your mobile browser, then tap the share icon and select more options. From the list, find and tap Add to Home Screen. Choose to open it as a web app and finally tap Add. That's it. Shared Contacts will now appear on your home screen just like any other application, ready to launch with a single tap. The only difference is that it doesn't take up storage space or require a download from the App Store or Google Play. Now let's take a look at the main workspace of the Shared Contacts app, the dashboard. This is where most of your contact management and sharing takes place. To make it easier to navigate, let's divide the dashboard into three main sections. On the left side right here, you'll find everything related to your contact labels. If you've already created labels in Google Contacts, they all will be here. Each label shows how many contacts it contains, while the All Contacts section displays the total number of contacts currently stored in your Google account. From here, you can also create new labels or adjust the filtering to your preference. The central area of the screen is where your contacts are displayed. You can either view all of them at once or only those that belong to the label you selected. For example, let's open the label Current Customers. At the top, you can add new contacts to this group, rename it, or delete the label entirely. Keep in mind that deleting a label will not remove the contacts themselves. If you want to delete specific contacts, you can do that directly from the main window. By default, you will see four columns here: name, email, phone number, and labels. If you'd like to customize what's displayed, click the Customize Columns icon and choose what you want to see. You can easily add new columns just like this, or remove the ones you don't necessarily need to have here. Clicking on any individual contact opens the editing window where you can modify existing information or add new fields. If you ever need to delete one or several contacts, select them and click the delete icon. The contacts will be removed from all contacts but will remain in the Google Contacts trash for 30 days in case you need to restore them. The search bar at the top helps you quickly find what you need. You can search by any value: name, email, phone number, company, and more. For instance, I have two Sonias and quite a few Adams, but only NG Gibbs has a number containing 5 ones in a row. Finally, in the upper right corner, you'll find several additional options related to subscription and user management. We'll explore those in more detail later in this webinar. Now let's move on to the core function of the app, sharing contacts. The best way to store and share contacts is by using labels. They are folders or categories that help you group contacts by project, department, or any other purpose that fits your workflow. SharedContacts.com can become a central hub where you store contacts from multiple sources and make them available to your teammates. Here is an example of how this might look. This label contains all the contacts I imported from a CSV file. These next four were created manually for different tasks, and this one includes contacts imported from Salesforce CRM. Grouping your contacts like this keeps collaboration fast, clear, and well organized. Each team member receives only the contacts that are relevant to their work. It's important to remember that all changes you make in the Shared Contacts interface are fully synced with your Google Contacts and the other way around. To create a label, click the plus icon, give it a name, and save, and your first contact label is ready. Once your label is created, you can start adding contacts to it either by selecting existing ones or creating new ones from scratch. Select the label, click Add Contacts, and choose your preferred option. To create a new contact, select Add a new contact, fill in the details in the contact fields you want to save, and click Create when you are done. To share a label with other users, start by selecting it or multiple labels at once and click the Share icon. You can also click the Share button and they both do the same thing. This will open the contact sharing dialog. Here, type the name or email addresses of the user you want to share your contacts with. You can do it manually or once again select it from the suggested drop-down list. You can add as many users as you like, and if you accidentally add someone or change your mind, just remove them with one click. In addition to individual users, you can also share contacts with domain groups by entering the group email address in the same field. Using domain groups to share contacts has several advantages. First of all, it saves a lot of time. Instead of selecting or typing in multiple user accounts one by one, you can simply enter the name of a domain group, and every member of that group will automatically gain access to the shared labels. It's also much easier to manage changes. If someone leaves the team or no longer needs access, you don't have to revisit the shared contacts dashboard and adjust permissions manually. It's going to be enough to remove that person from the domain group, and their access will be revoked automatically. In other words, you don't have to keep checking the app. Shared Contacts works quietly in the background and keeps your contact sharing up to date as your team evolves or changes. Next, choose the access level you want to assign. View, which means users can see the contacts but not modify them. Edit, users can view and edit contacts, and reshare, users can share the label with other people. When you're ready, click Share Label to start syncing. You don't have to keep this window open while sharing is in progress. You can close it and move on with your other tasks. The sync time depends on how many contacts you're sharing and how many users should have access. The first synchronization can take anywhere from a few seconds to a few hours, and after that, any updates will sync much faster. Contacts are automatically synchronized every hour, but you can also force a sync at any time by clicking the Sync Contacts button. Once your coworker has access to the label, you can also transfer ownership of that label to them. To do this, change their access level to owner and confirm this action. A powerful feature of sharedcontacts.com is the ability to work with your organization's directory, sometimes called Active Directory. It is maintained by your admin and contains every employee's detail, all kept up to date automatically. With our app, these directory entries are synchronized and refreshed on a regular basis, so you can share these contacts with colleagues or partners at any time. To enable directory sharing, you'll need administrator access. In the left-hand sidebar, click Sync Directory Contacts. Review the general information about the function and its benefits, and then click Enable Directory Sync. The next window will ask for permissions to view your organization's structure. Click Allow to grant the access, and that's it. Once enabled, you'll find two additional labels just below your regular contacts, one showing your general directory and another displaying your domain structure, including any organizational units, if you have them of course, and their corresponding users. From here, sharing these directories works exactly like sharing simple contact labels. The only difference is that for security reasons, directories can only be shared with view access only. Now let's take a look at how you can manage users under your Shared Contacts subscription. There is the page Manage Users and Licenses for these purposes, which is only available to users with administrator access. Here you'll see a list of all people you are currently sharing contacts with or have done this before, your domain users and other external accounts with whom you have attempted to share contacts within your subscription. Your own account is at the top of the list as the subscription admin. Below, there are licensed users. These are people you've either shared contacts with or manually assigned a license to at some point in time. You'll recognize licensed users by the green check mark in the license column. Next down the list, you'll see users who either haven't received a license yet or had it removed at some time by an administrator. They will be marked as unlicensed. It's important to know that a user can have an active license but not currently get access to any shared contacts. You can see this right here. The sharing status column shows which users currently have access to shared contacts. Next to it, the shared by column displays who originally shared those contacts. The labels column lists the contact groups that are currently shared, while the small up and down arrows indicate the direction of sharing, which labels this user is sharing with others and which ones have been shared with them. License management is also quite simple. Select the user from the list and choose the action you need. Add a license, remove it, or delete a user from the subscription. You can always see how many licenses you have left in the Available Licenses section. If you've run out of them and want to assign more, the solution is right here. Click Buy Licenses, choose how many you want to add, and follow the steps on your screen to complete the purchase. Finally, if needed, you can assign admin rights to another licensed user. That person will become a second administrator with the same permissions as you, including access to all settings and full control over license settings and contact management. Now let's move on to the Manage Subscription page. Here you'll find all the key information about your account, such as its status, which can be on trial, active, active by cancelled, or cancelled, your current subscription type, and the amount and date of your next payment. Here also is another place where you can easily manage the number of user licenses. Click Add or Remove Licenses and follow the prompts on your screen. If you decide to switch your billing cycle from monthly to annual or the other way around, you can do it right here in just a few seconds. Whenever you make changes, the app will show you clear messages letting you know if there is a balance remaining or if a partial payment is required to complete the change. You can also update the email address where your invoices and billing notifications are sent. This is useful if a company has a dedicated accounting inbox or if the person managing payments is different from the one who set up the subscription. To make the change, find the billing email field, click Change, and enter the new address. From that point on, all the billing-related emails will go to the updated address. If your payment card has changed or expired, you can update your payment method by clicking Update Payment Details. Make the necessary changes and save them. Finally, if you need to keep track of your billing history for bookkeeping or other business purposes, the Manage Subscription page gives you this possibility. Scroll down to the Invoices, where you'll find a full list of your past payments. Click View Invoices, and each entry shows the status of the transaction, invoice number, payment method, date, and amount. To view invoices, click on the one you need, and it will open as a print-ready PDF document. SharedConnex.com offers a comprehensive support system to help you at every step of your user journey. You'll find several reliable sources of information both inside the app and on our website. If you have a question about how to use the application, your first stop should be the knowledge base. Click on Get Support in the app, then select Explore our knowledge base. You'll find 6 topic-based sections covering the most common scenarios with detailed articles, step-by-step instructions, screenshots, and even video guides. You can also visit our website for a similar FAQ section where we have answers to the most frequently asked questions. And if you ever need direct assistance, you can reach out through our live chat. When you open the chat, you'll first be greeted by our very well-trained AI assistant. It's designed to be a first responder. It knows just as much about shared contacts as I do and can answer most questions right away. But if your situation requires a more specific or a personal touch, the chatbot will bring a human support specialist into the conversation. Our support team is available around 10 hours a day, depending on your time zone. If we are offline when you reach out and the chatbot can't help, just leave your message and contact email and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for watching and for taking the time to explore shared contacts with us today. We hope this walkthrough has shown you how much easier and more collaborative contact management can be when everything lives in one place and is truly shareable across your team. If you haven't tried it yet, sign up for a free trial and see the difference firsthand. We are excited about the possibility of working together and supporting your team in building stronger and more connected workflows. See you soon.